Literally. And I am super excited because I am here today to bring you a book outlet haul. And basically, and this just happened. It happened and then it was over, and so yeah, that happened. I fell into BookOutlet and I couldn't get out, and I just had to say goodbye money because that's what happened. I think because I'd gone quite a few months without buying books. I had gone since the very beginning of July until later in October without having bought any books, and then in October I bought 6 or 7 books, and then now I was on BookOutlet and I bought 17 books. So I will be showing you the books that I got. Oh my gosh. This is my giant BookOutlet box, so I will be opening this up and showing you the books that I got. Alright. So I've got my scissors, got the box, and I'm going to open it up. Has a dent in the top of the box. I really hope my books are okay. This is the second time I have made a BookOutlet order. The last one was earlier in spring 2014. But it appears I have fallen for it again. BookOutlet is so addicting because you know that these books are they only had 3 copies of this one book you really want or something, and so you feel like you have to make the order right then. And actually 2 of these books went half off the day after I ordered them, which was annoying. But anyway, let's see what's inside. This is really exciting for me. Okay, all this paper. Okay, the first one is The Thief by Megan Whalen Turner. And, I'm really disappointed with this because it's not a scratch and dent, and this whole piece of the cover is cut. Well, I might have to see what to do about this because that's not really reasonable when this is not a scratch and dent and the cover looks like completely over half the way cut through. So anyway, the story follows a thief who is recruited from prison to steal a hidden treasure from another land. It's a Newbery Honor book, and I've heard good things about it, so I'm excited to check it out. But this isn't a scratch and dent, so anyway, let's move on to the next one. I don't want to get all disappointed. Then I have The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Boyne. This is a book about a little boy whose family moves in next to a prison camp, next to a death camp in World War II, and he makes friends with the little boy across the fence who's the little Jewish boy in the camp, and he doesn't know why he's on the other side of the fence, but they make friends, and it looks like a very good book, sad but good, and I've heard good things about it, so I'm excited to check it out. And thankfully, this one is not completely destroyed like the first one I opened, so that makes me really happy. And it's actually much thinner than I thought it would be. It's very small. It's only about a little over 200 pages, so and also the font is very large, so I'm excited to check this one out. Then there's one that I'm really excited about, The Once and Future King by T.H. White. I've been wanting this book, this particular edition of this book, for a long time, but every time I see it in the bookstore or even on Amazon, it is like close to $20, which is crazy. But I got it on a big sale on BookOutlet, so I'm really happy. And it's a beautiful cover. Has a flap here and on the back, and it has deckled edges, And this is a retelling of the King Arthur story, and I really want to read more Arthurian stuff, and so I've been wanting to read this for a really long time, and I'm so excited, and the book is in good condition too, so I'm really happy. Then I have A Porson by Garth Nix. This is the third book in the A Porson trilogy, and I've read this series a couple of times, and I have them in the mass market paperbacks, but I really love these original artwork on the covers, which they don't sell in hardback anymore, and so I really wanted these covers, so I ended up getting the mass market paperbacks that had these covers on them. Then I saw this, I think it was about $8 on BookOutlet, and so I really wanted it because I love these covers, and I've been wanting to eventually track down the hardcovers of these. I'm a little disappointed because it's not great. It's clearly a used book, not even just a battered book. It's clearly used. It has fingerprints and scratches all over it, and it's kind of dented. So I'm kind of disappointed with this, but I'm also happy to have it in the hardcover, so I don't know. This is a great series. You should definitely check it out. And he just wrote a prequel that just came out in October, which is very exciting. These books were written in the late 90s, so for him to come out with a prequel now is really cool. Then I have The Golem and the Genie. This is a beautiful book. This takes place in 1899 New York City. This follows two supernatural creatures, a golem and a genie, in New York City in 1899. I don't know too much about the plot, but I've heard great things about it, and it's a beautiful book, and I'm really excited to read it. Look at it, it's gorgeous. Oh, it's such good condition. There's not a remainder mark on it or anything. It's not very dented, and I've been wanting to get these Stormlight Archive books for so long, but I haven't yet just because I couldn't get around to forking out the upper $20 or between $20 and $28 is what I usually see these sold for at the cheapest marks. And I really wanted to get them, and I saw it on BookOutlet for like $10.80, so I snapped it up, and I'm so ridiculously excited. Oh my gosh, look at it, it's beautiful. And look at the inside, oh gosh, it's so heavy. Look at the inside cover. Oh my gosh. So this is Words of Radiance, the second book in the Stormlight Archive series by Brandon Sanderson. I don't have the first one, but I will be ordering it very soon now that I have the second one, and it's massive. It is 1,086 pages long or something like that. And look at this map in the back, it's so pretty. It's in color. Oh, guys, this is definitely the best thing in this entire box. I'm so excited for this. It's like a brand new, no remainder mark, perfect condition, but half the price, Words of Radiance. And I cannot wait to get the first book and start reading this series. I am so happy, so happy. Then I have Storm Dancer. Okay, this is the first book in the Lotus War trilogy, but can we just take a moment, by Kristoff, but can we just take a moment and appreciate how gorgeous this cover is? It is so gorgeous, really gorgeous. Anyway, this book takes place in dystopian, a different version of history, in basically feudal Japan. It is kind of dystopian, and there are all these machinery things, and our main character is a kick-ass female heroine, and she teenage girl samurai, and there's this story with a hunt for this thunder tiger, but I think she saves him and it goes from there, and they're up against the Empire. It looks like a good book, so I'm really excited to check out this series. Then I have the second book in that series, Kinslayer by Kristoff again, and another absolutely gorgeous cover. And this is the second book in that series, so I'm excited to check out that series. I think the third book comes out November 25th or something like that. So if I like these two, I will definitely be checking out the third book later this year. Then I have The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. There has been tons of hype about this, but I saw it on BookOutlet for $4.99 for a new hardcover, so I thought I'd snap it up because I've heard a lot of good things about it. It takes place in 2059. I think it's somewhat of a dystopian setting, and our main character works in tracking down information in the criminal underground, and she's a clairvoyant, so she uses this thing called dreamwalking to get information. I don't know too much about it, but I have heard good things, so I'm excited to check it out, and look how gorgeous the cover is. Ah, gorgeous. So we'll see how that is. More paper. Alright, then I have A Natural History of Dragons, a memoir of Lady Trent by Marie Brennan. This book follows a researcher, Lady Trent, who is trying to be the best researcher of dragons she's a scientist, she's trying to be the best researcher and expert on dragons in her world, her country, her place, whatever. And David at Lit Journal described this book as Jane Austen meets dragons. So that sounds great to me, so I decided to check it out when I saw it on BookOutlet, so I'm excited to check this out, and the cover is gorgeous. Following that, I have A Tropic of Serpents, also by Marie Brennan. This is the second book in that series, so I'm really excited to check it out as well. Then I have Eleanor in Park by Rainbow Rowell. This book I'm sure you have heard a ton about on BookTube, and I haven't read it. I have read Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, which was actually the first contemporary book that I've read in about 10 years, and I enjoyed it, so I thought I would give this one a try as well when I saw it on BookOutlet. It follows Eleanor in Park, two sort of misfits in high school. It takes place in the 80s, I think, and they sit next to each other on the bus, and their relationship goes from there, and it's just supposed to be a very cute high school romance story by Rainbow Rowell, and with a lot of family issues, I think, and development of the characters. And I enjoyed Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, so I definitely am excited to check this one out as well. Then I have Mistwood by Lee Cypress. This book follows a girl who is a shapeshifter. I think she can shift to animal, wind, and mist form. And the inside says, the shifter is an immortal creature bound by an ancient spell to protect the kings of Samorna. When the realm is peaceful, she retreats to the Mistwood, but when she is needed, she always comes. So it says, Isabel remembers nothing before the prince rode into her forest to take her back to the castle. Nothing about who she is supposed to be or the powers she is supposed to have. But basically, she is needed to protect the realm, so she is taken from the forest, and I find it kind of interesting that she doesn't really remember who she is or her powers, even though it says that she has come out of the forest before. But it looks interesting. It's pretty short. Only about 300 pages and big font, but it looks interesting, and I'm pretty sure I saw something that said, I don't know if it was this one, but I saw something that said recommended for fans of Tamora Pierce, and You guys know I love Tamora Pierce, so I don't know if I'm mistaken or not with that, but it looks interesting, so I'm excited to give it a go. Then I have The Burning Sky by Sherry Thomas, and this actually looked quite interesting. I can't quite remember the synopsis, so I'm just going to glance at it and summarize for you. This is The Burning Sky, the first book in the Elementals trilogy. I didn't really know about this before I saw it on BookOutlet, but it looked quite interesting, so I decided to pick it up. It says, it all began with a ruined elixir and a bolt of lightning. So it follows Iolanthe Seaborn, and she is the greatest elemental mage of her generation, or supposedly she's been told she is, and she has to defeat this powerful tyrant and mage, and then it also follows another character, and I've heard good things about it from what I saw on reviews when I looked it up after seeing it on BookOutlet, so I'm excited to check it out as well. Then I have Relic by Renee Collins, and actually I had never heard of this one before I saw it on BookOutlet either, except I saw that Jay from The Awkward Bookworm had also gotten it in her BookOutlet haul, so it caught my eye when I was looking through BookOutlet. I think it was only $1.99 or something like that, so a great deal. It's really interesting because it's a fantasy book, but it takes place in Colorado, so instead of being always those fantasy series set in medieval Europe-esque land, it looks like it has a very interesting Wild West sort of setting. It says, after a raging fire consumes her town and kills her parents, Maggie Davis is on her own to protect her younger sister and survive the best she can in the Colorado town of Burning Mesa. In Maggie's world, the bones of long-extinct magical creatures, such as dragons and sirens, are mined and traded for the residual magic elements, and harnessing these relics' powers allows the user to wield fire, turn invisible, or heal even the worst of injuries. So it says, while she's working at a local saloon, she befriends the spirited showgirl Adelaide and falls for the roguish cowboy Landon, but when she proves to have a particular skill at harnessing the relic's powers, she is whisked away to the glamorous hacienda of Olivar Castilla, the wealthy young relic baron who runs Burning Mesa. Though his intentions aren't always clear, he trains her in the world of relic magic, but when mysterious fires reappear in their neighboring towns, Maggie must discover who is channeling the relic magic for evil before it's too late. Relic is a thrilling adventure set in a wholly unique world and a spellbinding story of love, trust, and the power of good. So I thought that this looked very intriguing, and it was only $1.99, so I picked it up. I have two more books. The first one is Defiance by CJ Redwine, and the second one is the second book in this series. This book follows Rachel Adams, and I think this is kind of a somewhat dystopian-ish, somewhat fantasy. I'm not quite sure too much about it, but it says Rachel Adams has a secret while other girls in Balboden sew dresses and obey their male protectors. Rachel knows how to survive in the wilderness and wield a sword. So her father, Jared, dies, her father, Jared, fails to return from a courier mission and is declared dead. The city's brutal commander assigns her a new protector, which is her father's apprentice, but she doesn't believe that her father is dead, so she goes out to try to find him. Meanwhile, her father's apprentice, he was trying to escape from this place, but now he's been assigned to protect her, so he has to try to figure out how to deal with that and eventually escape out of this tyrannic sort of place, I guess. I don't know. But it says Rachel and Logan battle their way through the wasteland and are stalked by a monster that can't be killed and an army of assassins out for blood. So this looks like an interesting book, so I'm excited to check it out. The last book I have is called Deception by CJ Redwine. This is the second book in that series, so hopefully I like the first one because I have the second one too. So we'll see how it goes. So those are all of the books in my BookOutlet haul. There were 17 of them. The box is empty. Oh, looks like I have $5 off BookOutlet order, so I will hold on to that and hopefully not succumb to the BookOutlet thing again very soon, although there are a couple more books on there that I want, so we'll see. Anyway, I think I'll stack these up now and hopefully I can hold them all. Oh, I'm so excited for Words of Radiance. Ah! So, these are all of my books. Quite a lot of them, and I'm super excited to start reading them. So these are all of my books, and I'm really excited to start reading them. Alright, time to put these down now, oh my goodness. Alright guys, so that was my book outlet haul. Some of those I felt really guilty about getting because there are some other books that I have been wanting to order that are not on Book Outlet, but I saw those and they were on a good sale and I fell into the Book Outlet trap and got more than I was thinking of getting. But anyway, I'm trying to hold off on getting those now because I just got these 17 books, which is quite a lot, so hopefully I will behave myself. Because, I mean, December's coming soon and hopefully I can get some books for Christmas or something, so I'm really trying to behave, but I'm kind of falling into the trap. For me, it tends to go that I can hold myself off for months without buying any books, but then I'll get, you know, like 17 books on Book Outlet. So that's a problem, but hopefully I won't keep rampaging on with the book buying. But anyway, I'm really excited to check these books out. If you have read any of these, please let me know what you thought, especially some of these I don't know as much about, and some of them I'm really excited about, and some of them I don't know as much about, but they look intriguing. So if you've read any of these, comment down below and let me know what you thought. Are there any of these that you think I should be reading first before the others? Of course, Words of Radiance and the first one of the Stormlight Archives I'm really excited about. Some of the ones that I'm really excited about, I'm gonna have to wait until after my MCAT on January 15th because I can't afford to get too distracted from my work. But anyway, if you have any suggestions for me of books that I should start with, and if you're interested in reading any of these, comment down below and let me know. And anyway, yeah, I think that's all for this haul. This video is probably pretty long, so I should say goodbye to you now. So I will see you guys later. Bye!